All right then. So this is my second session today, but I'm starting to feel like I've kind of tripped, fallen into my comfort zone because this really does feel like it might actually be useful to people presented this way. Um, yeah, I hope so. I've always hoped that. Oh, look at this! Look at it! Look at it! That come on! Eh, actually got that one. Okay. Because I mean, this is a real game. Whatever anybody pretends, it really is a real game. The difference being, of course, there's not real money at stake. That's a bitch, isn't it? Double for the push. Oi. Okay. So that's 2-3 right there. Oh, shame. Oops, didn't want that. Yeah, I mean, all I can do is just keep on demonstrating just how really simple this is. I mean, it's not simple as in stupid, which is the way that most of the professional losers on YouTube play. And I think that's what they're told to do. You know, you want us to help you out. You want us to help you promote your sort of I don't know golden goose on YouTube. You got to do this for us. That's got to be a hit, hasn't it? Oh, fiddle, fuddle, puddle. Oh, this won't do at all. I think we're back to 2-3, aren't we? That'll help. All right, back to the min. Oh, I like that. Wish I could do that. It's a repeat. That's good. Back to the min. Bugger. I guess you stand a good chance of being pushed when you have 20 and the dealer has a 10 showing. Oh, that's a very pretty one. That was a wizard pull. Is that plus one? That's a split. Oh, that's a double. Uh-oh. That's a relief, isn't it? Okay, back to the min. Ooh. Double for the loss. Repeat. I always say this thing is so simple, there's just no way I could sell it. Because, because it's sort of like, selling the secret of how to boil an egg. And if you think about it, it's pretty straightforward. Um, that's got to be 1-2, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh, back to the min. Always, always, always. Back to the min. That won't cut it, I don't think. Oh, it did cut it. All right. Plus one. Plus one. Surely not going to be another soft shoe. That's 1-2. Oh, nicely. Minimum. Heh. I think we're plussing. I think I'm doing it right. That certainly helps. Plus one more. Do that again. I don't go higher than that. You can do whatever you want, obviously. All right, so we had a couple of nice ones there, so we go back to the minimum now. What a waste. Oh dear. Plus one. Plus one. Yeah, this is definitely another soft shoe, isn't it? The minute I say that. Oops. Oh, that's 3/4 third, I think. Aha, make or break. Oh dear. All right, so that's 11/8. Will I be postponing it? 11/8. The drop is 3. Uh-huh, 14/8. Damn, torture. 17/8. Uh-huh. Well, that's maybe going to help. Okay, so we got 6 back on that, so that's 11/8. We really need a couple of wins here. I don't believe this. Okay, 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8. 15, 16. So I will be running away if I lose this one. Well, not running away, I'll be postponing it. 15, 16 is the turnaround bet and is also the third bet. Well, that worked out. So 15, 16, so we're out of trouble. This is what pattern betting is all about, you know. I mean, you get that from the name, right? Pattern betting. Oh, shit. Uh, repeat that one. 51 second. Oh, 2, 3 third. 1, 2, 3. Just enough. All right. Minimum. That was cheeky. That was cheekier. I knew it was coming, didn't you? Uh, hmm. Double for the loss. 1, 2 third. 3, 2 drop. 3, 2 it is. Oh, nicely. No! Okay, 1, 2. 3, 4. Second. All right, that's good. Minimum. Oh, very pretty. Repeat that one. Cheeky. Repeat it, I think. Oh, did I repeat it already? Oops. 51. Second. Repeat that one. All right, so we're into a second shoe now, aren't we? We don't care, of course, about shuffles and shoes and cuts and all those things. We just don't give a monkeys about any of that. I think that bust us. Funny how that works. I say, if he'd pulled a 7 to that, I'd have been very suspicious. I think that must be a repeat, isn't it? All right, so we're at 12 minutes and we're 2,712 and 50 cents. Let's not forget the 50 cents ahead. So, we're not setting the world on fire, but we are staying out of trouble. +1. Oh dear. 51. Second. That's fairly nice. Oh, you ratbag. Double for the push. 52. 3, 4 is the third. All right, made it. Minimum. Nothing to roll over this time. I mean, all of a sudden, the wizard has decided to be nice. Except for that. That's a repeat. Oh, you jammy bugger. That's got to be 1, 2. Uh-oh. 3, 4, third. Oh, I think that might do. What do you think? Should I stand on it? Well, maybe. All right, minimum. Double for the push. It looks nice. +1. Oh dear. Oh, just really make me feel bad. 2, 3. Oops. All right, 3, 4. 7 for drop. 9 4. 5 6. Could have done better with that, couldn't I? 11, 12 is only the second. Oh, love it. Yeah, I knew that was coming. And I'm going to stand on it. All right. Back to the min. No rolling over, no hiding, no jumping this time, but it could happen any minute. That was pretty, wasn't it? Well, that was also pretty. 1, 2. Oh dear. 1, 2, so that's 5, 4. Drop. Oh dear. 7, 4. Hey, 9, 4. This is getting out of hand. Ah, what a waste. Damn it. 11, 4. 13, 4. What am I doing still here? 15, 4. This won't do at all. Oh, Jesus. 17, 4. Finally. 15, 4, which is not good enough, but we'll just have to plough through. Okay, 19, 8. 1, 2, 3. That's good. 19, 8, so that pays us back 12, so that gives us 7, 8 then. Aha. There it is. The turnaround. Well, this looks like it's going to be a quick one, doesn't it? Is that one too? I think it must be. Oh, look at that. 3, 4, third, I guess. 7, 4. 7, 4. So it's 3, 4, isn't it? Because we just made that double doodle. 3, 4. 7, 8. Here we go. Oh, we made it. Okay, so it's not a spectacular one. This is, I mean, the running count is minus 17 and the true count is minus 5, mind you. So that's pretty horrible, isn't it? Yeah, this one has come as a bit of a surprise because it's not nasty. And after some of the stuff that this sim has been dealing me lately, I'm really quite amazed. $51 second. Oh, very nice. Repeat it. Oh, Ooh. 2, 3, third. That ain't gonna do it. Oh, maybe. Look at that. It's showing off again. 2, 3, third. 5, 3, drop. Eh. Okay, so 5, 3 it is. 1, 2, 3. 8, 6. There we go. Ugh, that's horrible. All right, so it's 14, 15 is the, oops, is the third. I think I messed up here somewhere. Well, that worked out. Okay, so I think this is going to be a shorty. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. That's pretty good. Oh, oh, oh dear. 3, 2 drop. Unbelievable. But not unbelievable, is it? To anybody who's ever played this game, it's not unbelievable at all. So 3, 2 it is. Look at that. Okay, so we're out. I think I'll call it quits there. It's only 5,263 in 22 minutes or less, but that's all I'm doing for now. So I will see you folks next time. Okay, so this is the Excel, as you can see, analysis for number 6, Algae versus the Wiz, and True Count Tracker. And one thing I want to be clear about, as far as card counting is concerned, I've said many times, and I've said it, during the course of this demo, that I'm not against card counting. I'm just not terribly impressed by what I've seen every time I've run a test. The one thing that I should make clear is that it's unfair of me to require card counting to produce expected results, or the results that card counters would expect, using my bets, because they have their own way of betting. Basically what happens if the deck value is 2 or more, the true count deck value is 2 or more, then you increase your bet from the minimum, which is 1 unit, to 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, 5 units, 6 units, and so on. I'm not going to bother to do that in each one of these things, but when I do a group analysis, and I'll probably throw one on the end of this demo too, when I do the group thing, I will make sure that I adjust for that. But anyway, what we got here on the algae end of things was negative produced wins of 3,075, which was 77% of the total win. Neutral, which is in column AK, produced 925, and there were no high plus values. It was pretty much a negative shoe all the way, only in terms of deck value, definitely not in terms of wins to losses. I mean, when in the very end, we came out at 61 wins to 60 losses, which is sort of slightly more than you hope for. Now, interesting here is that once again, the on the ground bets exceeded algae's bets. The pattern basically is the same, but this is because I make mistakes and algae doesn't, and that's all I can tell you. I mean, that's just how it is. Um, the flat value, the sort of the actual value. I mean, we had it all our own way for a bit, all the way up to here, and then a big slump, and then another little. Well, you can read this as easily as I can. So you can see in the end, it was just virtually no difference. So we had 54 wins and 55 losses. Now it puts that. I'm not quite sure why that would be. That is a little bit mystifying. I do see that once in a blue moon. And I think the problem is, of course, that when you count just wins and losses, like, for instance, let me explain myself here. Normally you say, okay, this is a win, this is a push, this is a loss, and so on. This is a win, this is a win. And you don't count them as doubles or trips. You just say, okay, we won that hand. It just happens that in that hand we split, we doubled and then we doubled down again, so we got +3. And so there's always just a very slight discrepancy, which is irritating but easily explained. Let's go on down to the win-loss pattern thing, and you can see from that we had it all our own way in the beginning. And then we got this nasty here, and then it flattened out to being pretty much, sort of like ping pong, and then another yikes here, 8 losses in a row. But see what happens here is that then we get a win, and then we get a loss, and then we get bang, 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 bang. We get wins, wins, wins. And that's, sort of twins and triplets. That's what we're looking for all the time. That's the heart and soul of patterns, and it's the engine for turnarounds. And that's what we're about. So you can see here, sort of in the end, pretty much even. I mean, there's a big green here and a big red there. The big red is slightly bigger than the big green. But we don't care about that because we don't want masses of wins in a row, because we waste most of them if we do, because then we, sort of as soon as we turn around and we're still in the middle of a winning streak, we drop down to a minimum bet and then slightly increase it and slightly increase it and slightly increase it. So we're much better off to have wins and losses spread out fairly evenly, but we can't always get what we want. That's just how it is. Over here is the very worst case skirmish. I like to use the word skirmish for each time you start with a minimum bet and then you fall in the hole, and then you get your way out of the hole and get your turnaround. That's the end of the skirmish, and then you drop down to a minimum bet and you start another skirmish. So that's just me, and that's just a quirk of mine. You're stuck with me, I'm afraid, if you have stuck with me. But let's see what we got here. -11 plus 3.5. So that was a bloody ass kicking, big time. House advantage 52%. Indicated result -1600. Instead, oh, look at that. We won 625. How rude. Hey, that's how it goes. So now going down to the online situation. Real play won 5,413, which is more or less in line with what you saw in the. I think there's maybe 100 off from the demo, but there's no sense in me chasing tiny little things like that. The mechanics of the thing is what you should be interested in. The methodology, the consistency of it, the fact that in spite of this stupidity that the wizard has built into his sim, where it shows the 2-card value of the dealer's hand ahead of actually showing the whole card. That's just one of those stupid things that doesn't make any difference to me. You just watch the play, the betting, and you'll see it's an absolutely consistent strategy all the way. Maybe not as consistent as algae, but pretty damn good. Over here, what do we get here? We got 73% of the total win was from negatives, 27% was from neutrals, which is deck value of 0 to 1, and then deck value +2 again obviously didn't show up. It wasn't relevant. So there you have it. And yeah, I'm going to tack on a group thing for all of the take it or leave it blocks sessions because this is a relatively short video. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so in the current series, the take it or leave it blackjack series, we've had 6 sessions, only amounting to 700 and some bets, 706 bets. But I think that the the whole principle is supported, as it always is with these things. You can see that we had a real slump here in the red line, which is the flat actual value. So if you were just betting 1 unit, then at one point you'd have been down 27 units, and then it started to improve and it went up, and then came down again. And of course, anybody who bets flat or randomly basically deserves to throw their money away because it's not sensible. It's not supported by logic or math or anything else. But of course, they are also absolutely entitled to do whatever the hell they want. So that's fine. As usual, you've got with the dark green line, which is algae, the algorithm, doing its thing, behaving itself, and not doing stupid stuff like I'm inclined to do from time to time. And then the sort of human thing here is a different story. Still a very solid win, but a little bit more drama, which of course is always related to the like here you can see drama, and down here, well, no surprise, drama, and here the same thing. And that's that's how it runs. And we've got a 310 wins and 338 losses, which is a negative of 4.1%. Yeah, 4.1%. But net, when you say, okay, so when you win a double, then it's +2. When you win a natural, it's +1.5. So that's what the difference is all about. And so the flat AV comes out at +7 for 706 bets, which is 0.9% in the player's favor, which means the expected outcome is 812, a win of 812. But by golly, we managed 38,350. And this thing here should not say NA. Oh, it can say NA if it wants to. It's because they're both positive, so that's why it's confused, and it really doesn't matter. It's just nice to have these figures here. The expected. If you multiply the total action, which is 88,150, by the actual flat AV, then you come out with a win of 812. Whereas we managed 38,350, which was actually 43.5%. I don't think that's too bad, really. I think it's a bit excessive. Seems, well, I don't know. That does seem rather a lot. Okay. Anyway, it's good. All right. Go down to the next lot, which is the online reality, I call it. If algae had the same size bets as I had out there on the field, the algae win would have been 141,000 near enough, instead of which it was 38,350. And the win for me so far from these 6 sessions is 95,000, which is pretty bloody good, I think. Sometimes I had to dig really, really, really deep, but I can live with that, because that's the whole point. If you don't have adequate firepower, then don't fire. That's all I can say. If you can't afford to win, you shouldn't bet. It's up to you. I fully get that. I respect that. But all I'm saying is, if you step back and you think about what you're doing, if you go into one of these games at, say, a $25 minimum, and you only have 5,000 with you, then there's a very good chance that that won't be enough to take you through. If you bet the way the clowns, the professional losers do on YouTube, then you will be throwing down a minimum of anywhere from 100 to 500 a pop. And it's like Mr. Handpay when he goes to Rivers or whatever, and he says buy-in is 30,000, which sounds woohoo, sort of really great. But he's betting 500, and not only is he doing that, but he's betting it across 3 hands. And multiple hands do not make sense. Mathematically, logically, sensibly, they just do not make sense. If you are a card counter, and if you believe in card counting, and if you're right, then it will happen from time to time that in order to bleed out a really rough patch of cards, it might be worth spreading from 1 bet to 3 or whatever. And then once you get the deck value down to something that's promising, then you can drop back to 1 bet and pound it like crazy. But that's not what Jason is doing. He's just, I don't know, I guess it's for drama, for excitement or whatever. But it was interesting to watch. I just caught a recent posting from Mike Shackelford, the Wizard of Odds, such a laid-back guy. And he was talking about these online punters. And he was talking specifically about slot machines. But he says, well, of course, obviously what they're doing is they're not showing you everything. They're showing you their winning days salted with a few losing days for effect. But they're definitely not showing you everything, because the odds against you with slot machines are at least 10 times worse than for blackjack, 5 times worse than for baccarat, at least twice as bad as for roulette. So there's no way. Oh boy, I struggled with that word, didn't I? Roulette. And I haven't had a beer yet either. They're just awful. They are awful. So anybody who is showing a profit at slots is pulling your plonker, telling a porky, whatever, not quite on the scale and the grandeur of Dana White and his 23 baccarat wins in a row, 23 nights in a row at baccarat, winning more than $1 million each time. Not quite as elaborate as that by way of a porky or a big white lie, but still, pretty terrible. So going over here, we see negative deck value, 75%, neutral 26%, plus deck value minus 1%. Not very dramatic. 35 wins, 37 losses. But I put in, as I promised I would, I put in the sort of, this is the minimum unit, 500, and betting that way, the counter would win 10,000, but have a huge, relatively huge, certainly sort of like a lot more than up here for pattern betting, but 450,000, and so he's winning 2.2%, which is crap. Pattern betting, on the other hand, is winning 94,000, 95,000 on 324,000 of action, which is 29%. It's not usually that good, to be honest, but that's how it is. And you will have seen, if you've been with me over many, many demos, you will have seen me getting my ass absolutely handed to me by the wizard many times. But it just happens that in this last 6 sessions, it's been a little bit kinder. Not always, but a little bit. I did have one. Have I posted it yet? I think it might be number 7, and we're only just on number 6 right now. So anyway, there you are. That's the end of that story. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.